Hi, we're Hunter Valentine, and you're watching Queens TV.
On October 10th, there is a big decision that every student has to make. It's on the referendum and whether we should keep the voting system or not.
The referendum is a result of the Ontario Citizens Assembly, which is a group of 108 randomly selected citizens, normal people, were brought together to decide whether we should change our electoral system. And they were educated by people like Jonathan Rose from Queens, all about different electoral systems, including the one we use now, which is called First Past the Post. And they came to the decision that a lot of people have come to after taking a look at this, which is that our system is broken. It's not democratic enough. It doesn't suit the needs of our 21st century society.
MMP stands for Mixed Member Proportional, and it's a form of electoral system different from our current one, which is called First Past the Post. What MMP is a system that tries to institute proportionality to our legislature. So if, for instance, a party wins 20% of the seats, MMP would guarantee that that party would have 20% of the seats in the legislature. So that's basically how the way the system would work is that instead of voting once, we would have two votes. Once the way we vote now, which is for our local constituent, and our second vote would be for the party of our choice.
So right now in our system, a party can win 30% of the votes, or 30 to 40% of the votes in an election, and get a 60% majority in Queen's Park. And that's not democratic, that's not fair, because you're throwing away votes of people who didn't vote for the winner, and those votes basically don't count for anything. And what MMP would do to correct that is make sure that the percentage of votes that you're getting in an election is equal to the percentage of seats that you get in the legislature.
Well, I oppose it basically because it's not going to have, I believe, good consequences for Ontario. What MMP would do is, from that second vote, the political parties would have the ability to appoint 39 MPPs. Now, I have a big problem with that because political parties aren't democratic institutions. They're not designed to be. I'm a member of one, but they're hierarchical organizations where the leader has almost total control of the party. So I think that we're going to see a lot of cronyism, a lot of appointment of the leader's friends and loyalists, and more than that, I just think, to me, it seems bizarre to leave a democratic choice up to the hands of an institution which is not democratic. I also oppose it because I don't believe in minority governments. I don't think they're good for Ontario. MMP guarantees minority governments.
MMP is really a cross-partisan issue. It really doesn't have any strong connections to any certain party, left, right, whatever. They're two of the strongest proponents of mixed member proportional and proportional representation in general are Conservative Senator Hugh Segal and the former leader of the NDP, Ed Broadbent. And those are two guys that you aren't going to find them agreeing on one thing very often. But this is one thing. They've actually written a number of articles together on it and come out very strongly in favor. So it's not a left and right issue. It's an issue of democracy. A poll came out recently saying that 88% of people in Ontario don't even know there's a referendum going on.
Really?
And I mean, it's a real shame because this is a really important thing. It's actually it's historic, this kind of a process going on. There hasn't been a referendum in this province since 1921, and that was for prohibition. So they only have referendums in Ontario for something really important, when something really needs to change. I just want to really impress upon the importance of everybody getting out there and voting on October 10th.